307 years. That's how long Blackbeard's flagship has been waiting in the darkness. The Queen Anne's Revenge, the most feared pirate ship of the Golden Age. And what we're about to do has never been attempted on this scale.
This is the largest maritime salvage operation in modern history.
28 feet below the surface, off the coast of North Carolina, lies a piece of history that changed the Atlantic forever.
In 1718, Blackbeard ran this ship aground. Today, we bring her home.
The Queen Anne's Revenge wasn't always a pirate ship. She started as La Concorde, a French slave ship. Until November 1717, when Edward Teach, Blackbeard himself, captured her.
And 6 months later, she met her end in the shallow waters of Beaufort Inlet. Some say it was an accident. Others believe Blackbeard scuttled her intentionally.
The wreck was discovered in 1996, but for nearly 3 decades, she remained untouched, too fragile.
Until now, new technology and a dedicated team made the impossible possible.
The first challenge: design rigging that could support a 200-ton wooden ship that could collapse at any moment. Every movement had to be calculated. One wrong shift, and 307 years of history could disintegrate. The rigging alone took 6 weeks. Each strap had to distribute weight evenly across the deteriorated hull. 42 individual attachment points, 300 meters of specialized rigging, all leading to one cable.
The main lift cable, 4 inches of braided steel, rated for 500 tons, about to lift less than half that weight, but all of it irreplaceable.
This is the moment everything changes. 3 centuries of rest are about to end.
The lift begins with just inches per minute. Any faster, and the structural integrity fails.
For the first time since 1718, the Queen Anne's Revenge leaves the ocean floor.
But this is just the beginning. We're still 28 feet from the surface, and every foot is a risk.
15 crew members on the surface, 8 divers below, all watching for any sign of failure.
The ascent takes 4 hours. Each meter brings new challenges as water pressure decreases. 12 feet from the surface, disaster nearly strikes. A support strap begins to fail.
The operation halts. The backup team springs into action.
40 minutes later, the new strap is secured. The lift continues.
And then, after 307 years in darkness, Blackbeard's ship sees sunlight again.
She's barely recognizable, but she's whole. Against every odd, the hull has held together.
The hardest part is over, but the real work is just beginning. The transport to the restoration facility takes another 12 hours. We can't risk setting her down until we reach controlled conditions. Welcome to her new home, a 50,000 square foot restoration facility built specifically for this project.
307 years of marine growth covers every inch.
This isn't just cleaning. Every organism removed is cataloged. They've become part of the ship's history, too. Every square inch is measured, photographed, and digitally scanned. We're creating a permanent record of the ship as we found her.
And then we find the first artifact, a brass compass, still intact after 3 centuries.
This compass likely guided Blackbeard's raids across the Caribbean. Now it helps guide us through the ship's story.
The artifacts come in waves, each one a glimpse into the daily life of Blackbeard's crew.
But nothing prepares us for what we find in the captain's quarters.
A sea chest made of oak with brass fittings. and it's still sealed.
We can't just crack it open. Conservators spend 2 days planning how to preserve whatever's inside.
And then the lock releases.
Personal effects. Blackbeard's personal effects. The journals are remarkably intact. Protected by oilskin and sealed in the chest, they survived 3 centuries.
These aren't Blackbeard's words. The handwriting doesn't match known samples. Likely a quartermaster's log.
But the information is priceless. Raid routes, cargo manifests, even crew lists. Details that...
With artifacts documented, the real restoration challenge begins. The hull itself.
The hull is in worse shape than we hoped. 30% of the original timber has to be completely replaced.
The team includes master shipwrights who've studied 18th century naval construction on their entire careers. Every replacement piece is crafted using 18th century techniques. Power tools would be faster, but historically inaccurate.
Each piece takes days to craft and fit. But when it's done, you can't tell old from new.
After 8 months, the structural restoration reaches the halfway point.
Meanwhile, the conservation team has restored over 400 individual artifacts.
The figurehead is particularly challenging. Only 40% of the original remains. When original material is gone, we don't guess. We research every detail from period examples before recreating it. The Queen Anne's Revenge has her face back.
The deck reconstruction reveals how the crew would have worked and lived. Every detail tells part of their story.
The question now, do we re-rig her completely or preserve her as a hull?
After extensive debate, the decision is made. We'll restore her completely, as she would have appeared in 1718.
3 masts, each over 70 feet tall, crafted from single timbers the way they would have been 300 years ago. Raising the masts is a critical moment. If the stress distribution is wrong, we could damage the restored hull.
For the first time in over 3 centuries, the Queen Anne's Revenge stands with her masts raised. The rigging requires over 15 miles of rope. Each line serves a specific purpose in controlling the sails.
It takes 6 weeks to complete the rigging, each line placed exactly as it would have been in Blackbeard's time.
The sails are made from traditional canvas, hand-sewn using techniques that haven't changed in centuries.
When the first sail unfurls, everything changes.
7 sails, 10,000 square feet of canvas. The Queen Anne's Revenge is whole again.
Every detail has been verified against historical records and archaeological evidence. This is as close as we can get to how she actually appeared.
Even the paint is historically accurate, mixed from the same pigments and oils used in the 18th century.
The captain's quarters are restored using both recovered artifacts and period reproductions.
We install 40 cannons. Blackbeard's firepower is restored.
After 16 months and countless hours of work, she's ready. The world has been waiting. Now it's time to show them what we've accomplished.
The journey from seafloor to this moment is shared. Every challenge, every discovery, every decision.
The response is overwhelming. History brought back to life.
Maritime historians, archaeologists, and descendants of the original crew gather for this moment.
Every line, every detail, every surface tells the story of both her past and her resurrection.
For the first time, people can walk the decks where Blackbeard's crew once stood.
The artifacts recovered are displayed alongside the ship, each one adding depth to the story.
Digital archives ensure this story and these discoveries are preserved forever, accessible to anyone, anywhere.
The project becomes a teaching tool. The next generation of maritime archaeologists learns from this achievement.
The story reaches millions. A reminder that preserving history connects us all.
None of this happens without the dedication of hundreds of people over nearly 2 years.
Each person has a moment from this journey that changed them.
Finding the compass, it was incredible.
Opening the chest was the highlight.
The ocean floor where she rested is now a protected memorial site. Life continues there, as it does here.
The research continues. Each artifact, each timber, each discovery yields new insights into maritime history.
From the abyss to this, from forgotten to unforgettable. This is what preservation can achieve.